Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at a new deck called Thunderpunch Dragons. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, I built this one not entirely because I think this design is good, but because I really like Flygon. Ever since the first time I saw it, I thought it was one of the coolest Pokemon, and of course, I'm a sucker for dragon Pokemon as it is, even though you can see this is actually a fighting type, not a dragon type. So, let's go ahead and look through the deck. So, first up, we have our Cubone and Marowak combo. Of course, we're using a Sharpshooter Cubone and the Alolan Marowak that allows us to get 2 energy from our deck and put them in Pokemon anywhere we like, which is going to be super relevant because these Pokemon all require a lot of energy to be functional. Moving along, we've got 3 copies of Trapinch. This Trapinch only has Dig, which is 30 damage, and Flip a Coin of Heads prevents all effects from attacks, including damage to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn, which is pretty useful. Vibrina, Sonic Edge, 50 damage, not a huge deal. Isn't affected by effects on your opponent's Pokemon. And then we've got our Flygon. There are alternative, they're different arts, but they do the same thing. So Dusty Defense reduces damage done to this Pokemon by 30. Desert Hurricane, 120, and if there's a stadium in play, it does another 120 damage, and then it discards that stadium. So it's really useful if your opponent's using one, because we aren't. And then Sonic Edge, 220 damage, and damage isn't affected by your opponent's active Pokemon, so the damage can't be reduced. If it's got resistance, the resistance isn't impacted. It just straight up does the damage no matter what. For our secondary run, we have Jangmo-O, which has Rignify. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks. So he does. And then Dragon Claw for 20. To be perfectly honest, I rarely take any or make any use of that. We've got Hakama-O. During your opponent's next turn, with Guard Pass, it's 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage. And then Dragon Claw, 70 damage. And then we have GX, again, 2 different arts, but it's the same thing, of Komao, which, let's see, Adamant Press, 30 damage. And then you take 30 less damage from your opponent's next attack. And then Shred is 130. And the damage isn't affected by effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. Ultra Uppercut, it's just 240. So you can see the GXs are pretty much only good for like one-shot knockouts, but that's actually still pretty relevant, as you'll see in gameplay. And as you can see, there's a lot of very consistent thematics in being able to prevent damage and stop your opponent from preventing damage or doing using any special effects on our Pokemon. So that's about the only consistent thing. The last thing we have is Latios, which is attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of your basic bench dragon Pokemon, which we only have 1 of, so I think I'm probably going to remove that. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to remove that. Replace it with something else before we start the game. Moving on, we're going to take a look just at the trainers for a second. We have 2 energy retrievals, because to be perfectly honest, it's not that relevant in this deck to get energy back from the grave. We got 2 copies of Pokemon Communication, and I'll discuss why that is in a little bit. We have 1 copy of Escape Rope. This works like Switch, except it forces both you and your opponent to switch. Your opponent picks first. It's kind of a niche card. Now, Rare Candy, this is one we haven't really seen a lot. You can choose a basic Pokemon in play, and if you have a Stage 2 in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card on that basic Pokemon and miss this and skip the Stage 1. So, you might have noticed over here, with this particular evolution set, we only have 1 copy of Hakamo-O, which is the Stage 2, but we have 3 copies of Jangmo-O and Komao-O. These are weird names. And we still need to be able to get to the middle ground, and that's because we're using Rare Candy, and as you can see, there's actually a similar thing going on over here with the Trapinches and Vibrava. And that's just because we are trying to make sure that we just skip over that middle part and get to the hard hitters as fast as possible. 3 Pokemon letters, 2 Evo Sodas. We got our typical draw. I'm actually running 3 Cynthias because there seems to be a lot of instances in which I need to reset my hand. 4 copies of How, 3 Pokemon fan clubs, a Fisherman. This is an interesting new one. Psychic Third Eye. Your opponent reveals their hand, and then I can discard as many cards as I like from my hand and draw that many cards. So that's an interesting one. And then 2 copies of Dragon Talon. Another one that's a tad bit unnecessary, but it seems to work alright in this deck. It really helps with doing damage. And then moving on to energy, pretty simple package. We've got 6 each of Fighting and Electric, even though Fighting is actually a bit more relevant, so I think I'm going to swap that down in a little bit before we get into gameplay. And then we've got 2 of the double colorless, and that's because we don't have a whole lot of use for double colorless. It only really works on the Cubone and Como. And I think we've got better ways to just get energy on our Pokemon. So we are going to, I'm going to go make a couple of minor alterations to the deck, and then we're going to go ahead and give it a play. Okay, so basically the change that I made is I removed the unnecessary Latias, and I removed one of the extra Vibrinas we have, and I replaced both of them with a copy of Timer Ball, which is going to allow us to get to our evolutionary forms. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Alright, what are we going up against? A Fire Water deck. Wouldn't it be funny if that was a Salamence deck? That's a cool coin. I want one of those. Alright, I won the coin flip. I'm going second. Okay. So we have both of our basics up to start, but I think I'm going to put Jingmo, such a weird name, up to bat because he'll actually be able to do stuff right away. Alright, what do we got? We have a Wishy-Washy. We've seen this before. Scatter. Yeah, okay. And then they have a Victini. Victini, that's what it's called. Okay. Not an exciting draw. I guess we're just going to be playing an energy and passing. Well, we're going to do Rigify in the off chance that we take no damage. Or in the off chance that we do take damage, even though I don't think we're going to. What's this? Each player shuffles their hand, puts it onto the bottom of their deck. Oh, I get 4 cards, and he gets 5. That's fair. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to play Pokemon Fan Club, because I want to go get the Cubone, and then I'm going to go get an extra Jingamo. I will play the Cubone, and I think what we're going to try to do, because it doesn't look like our opponent has any intention of trying to make any type of attack, and the retreat cost is 3, we're going to go ahead and set up for our Marowak. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually retreat the Jingamo and put the Cubone up front. Then we're not going to use the Professor's Letter because we want to get as much use out of this Marowak as possible, and we're going to start loading our Pokemon up. So we'll put a Fighting Energy on the Trapinch, and we'll call it good. I feel like this is going to be a risky play because right now we're giving our opponent a chance to set up, and that's not usually the best, but we're gonna try to flex our options here. I should not have put that Electric Energy on there. That was a misplay, but we will make it work. So we'll put 2 Fighting Energies on that same Trapinch, and accept the fact that we just totally wasted an Electric Energy, and basically now once we're ready to turn that into a Flygon, it's going to be ready to hit. Opponent passes without doing anything. We're not going to play that Cubone. We're just going to Limbo again. We do need to get an electric energy and a fighting energy on one of our Jingamo-Os, because the final form requires one of each for its main attack. And see, realistically, what we're doing is we're playing out our hand a lot faster than normally we would. So I'm just going to get an electric. And with this, I'm going to go get a fighting. We'll get the last electric, and we will put it on our Jingamo-O. Which tells me there's probably... No, there are none in the prize pile. So now we just kind of have to wait until we draw what we need. Unfortunately, that's all we can do. I'm going to put this last electric over here on the Jingamo-O. And we'll just say done. So if we draw either our... Oh... Right now, if we draw either our Flygon or our oh, here we go. This helps. Okay, so what do I think is going to be the best? Oh, I should have looked at my opponent's Pokemon before I played that. I think we're going to go with... Yeah, we're going to go with Como-O. But we're not going to play it yet, because we don't want our opponent to wise up into what we're doing. What do they have for... Okay, so it's 190. And then 130 for each energy to attach to both active Pokemon. Alright. So we need to one-shot that as soon as we get up to the field. I think because they put a bunch of investment into that, that shouldn't be a huge issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass. So they can't guess what we're about to do. I mean, they might guess, but... What does that do? I'm going to bring this up front. Damn, so... The attacking Pokemon... Okay, that's kind of cool. For them, not for us. So we're going to be evolving that to a Como-O. And because we're going to knock this out just one shot, we're going to just use our GX right now and get that off the field. And the main reason why we're doing this is because they invested so much into it, it's going to set them back. Now, if we're lucky, we should be able to just slam right through every single thing that they're doing now. If we're lucky, but we can't count on that. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't really have any use for anything that's in my hand. Okay, so... If we have the Vibrina, we do. Okay, sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on the trap bench, and we can transform that into a Flygon later. We'll play the How, because why not? Okay. We'll do Pokemon Communication. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm just trying to waste cards right now. We'll get that. Evolve what's on the bench. And what do you have? You have 180. We're not going to be knocking you out just yet, but we are going to be doing damage. So 130, and then let's take a look at what this does. Okay, that's just going to hurt us, but what we can do is... I don't have a way to reduce retreat costs, and I don't have any switches in this deck, which is something I had to consider fixing. But basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plan on winning with this Komao, and if that doesn't work out for some reason, Flygon will come up and more or less help finish the job. It looks like they've loaded up with a Cinderance V, which it looks like can do quite a bit of damage. Let's see. We're looking at about 140 points of damage. Okay. Let's see here. Let's draw. Let's get some drawage over here. That didn't help. Let's do some damage. That's all we can do. I think we're gonna lose our Komao. And then, like I said, Flygon's gonna come up and they'll finish the job. And we're gonna get rid of that stadium at the same time. I'm playing a Cynthia. That's a cool looking Cynthia. I want to get one of those. Crushing Hammer, that's actually a bit of an issue. Except I'm pretty sure we have a fighting energy in the deck. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter because Flygon's going to be coming out to finish this game. Hopefully finish this game. Yeah, Shrine of Punishment. Oh, here we go. That actually makes it to where we could, if there's a way to do it, we can go get our other Komao. Yeah, with the timer ball. Alright. So we'll evolve the Komao. I'm pretty sure there's another fighting energy. Yeah, because we got that from our prize pile earlier. And then was force shuffled back into our deck. So we've got that figured out pretty well. We're gonna bench these just because we can. We've got to win though. We can't let another Pokemon get knocked out, otherwise we lose because our opponent only has 2 prize cards left. So what I'm thinking is we will retreat the Flygon and bring the Komao out to finish off the game. So you've got 130 points of damage, 130 points to get knocked out. We can do 130 points with Shred. So yeah, I think our path is pretty clear. That's what we're gonna do because we're not gonna risk with confusion. There's no point. Not when we can get a guaranteed win. All right. We'll put the fighting energy on Komao, and we Shred, and we win. Solid game. That was definitely one of the more interesting ones. Get some prizes from the Daily Versus reward. And let's play one more. Oh, cool, I have the new Darkrai EX. I might build something with that later. Alright, let's see if we can't pull another win out of this Komao deck. This Thunderpunch Dragon deck. Alright. I'm gonna say heads. I won. I'm going second. Whew, that was close. What was close? Okay, he had no basics. I do have basics. And most importantly, I have a Marowak. What is well played? Why? I think he's just trying to use the chats. We're gonna send an emoji right back. Alright. So I have Cynthia in hand. I like that. Okay, so they're doing Fairy and Psychic. That's a cool combo. That could be a lot of things. Yeah, I want a free card. Yeah, it's Komao. Maybe I won't use Cynthia right off the back. Alright, they're using a Great Ball. I didn't even see what their active was. Oh, and DD! This thing is awesome! Okay, so I've seen this in another match that I didn't have filmed, but it allows you to heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon, right? If you load a couple of these up on your bench, you just get to negate a ton of damage all over the place. I have been trying to trade into them, and nobody wants to let go of them. They are so cool. And I'm hoping one day I can show you exactly how cool they are. But for now, let's play some Pokemon. Okay. I'm not loving it right now. This is not McDonald's. You know what? We're just gonna see what happens next turn. We're not gonna play that Professor's Letter yet, because we can ramp harder if we keep energy stuff in the deck with this Alolan Marowak. This is becoming a staple for me. Like, it takes up a ton of slots in my deck, but it's so efficient. What does this do? Oh, it swaps my bench with my active. It's like they knew. Alright, so we will evolve that because I think that's where we're going to put our primary investment. I want a Cynthia right now, but I have the Flagon in hand. It's hard to tell whether or not I'm going to be getting Kommo-o next, or if I'm going to be able to pull a Flagon. I think what we're going to do is we are going to Cynthia. That... Listen to your gut, people. Alright, we're going to Limbo, and we will put both Fighting Energies on this Trapinch. Because worst comes to worst, he can literally just come up. And then I'm thinking next turn what we'll do is we will get another set. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. No, I don't want to deal with a confused Pokemon that can die on the next time it attacks. Well, good news is, we have all the energy that we need to make Trapinch work, and we can put a Verbena on it. Now, oh, we can also get our Kommo-o. Now we're going to Cynthia. And there's the Flagon. Okay, so we have some setup ready. Oh. Here's the thing. If I swing, I run the risk of just straight up losing Marowak on my turn, which means I'll have to replace it with something that can take damage. And I don't want to do that. But I also can't guarantee I'll get what... Well, actually, no, I can. I have the Flagon in hand, so if I just let it die to the Tapu Fini right now, then next turn I can just swing with the Flagon. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to attack. Hey, the Sylveon. This is the Sylveon that works really well with tools. Allegedly. I have one of these in real life, but I don't really have a deck built around it. So Verbena comes up, and we need to do 120 points of damage. I'm pretty sure Flagon can do that. So we'll attach the energy. We need to get a Fighting Energy on Kommo-o. What does this do again? Okay. We'll play How. Okay. And we're gonna rip up that Tapu Fini. Another Kommo-o. They put this up to the field? I've never seen this used for attacks. Oh. Oh, okay, so we're looking at about a lot of damage. If she gets a psychic on it. Well, hold up. 1 basic EX or 3 basic? That's pretty solid utility right there. Oh, does she not have psychic? Does he not have psychic? Oh, if he does not have psychic, we are about to knock this Pokemon out. I think we can do it even if that's energy for turn. Oh, we're using the GX right now. Wait, hold up. Let's actually play out the rest of our turn first because I don't want these Pokemon fan clubs in my hand. Okay, so they have a Pokemon Center Lady and a Pokemon Communication hand. That's... I don't know what this does. Let's see. Nothing relevant. Okay, that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ditch the Marowak because I'm pretty sure we're done with it this game, and our fan clubs, and I'm gonna take a risk and ditch the double energy as well. And it's all replaced with garbage. No, it's not. It's not all garbage. We'll put the Dragon Claw on Komao because it's an actual dragon, and then we will put an electric energy on it. I guess it doesn't really matter. And we're getting rid of this potential threat to our victory. Oh, he sent us an angry emoji. Okay, cool. So we just got ourselves another Jingamo-O. We have the rare candy in hand. So 2 turns from now, we'll be able to put that on the field. But I don't think that's going to be relevant because I think we're kind of on a streak to win here. Like, we are about as set up for victory as it gets. I mean, that's probably not entirely accurate to say, but... What? Why did you prevent damage? Oh, that's not okay. Now what? Okay, well, I'm starting to see how that works. I don't have alternative options, except maybe a Marowak? They're both in the grave! Oh, shoot. What do I do? I have to do a slow beatdown with a Jangla-O. Because I'm pretty sure I already used the secondary one earlier. I don't have any good options here. Unless I can get an escape rope. Yeah, keep helloing me, dude. This is a really tight spot to be in. I don't know what to do. It's not helpful. I mean, I can look through my whole deck, and I just don't have an answer to that. I've got to figure out a way to get rid of this Sylveon. And I don't have any combat tricks. It's kind of a tight spot. It's like, all I can really do is swing aimlessly. This is why you've really got to read your opponent's cards and see what they're doing. We'll draw. I don't think we're going to draw anything useful, but we'll draw. Shoot! Wait a minute, hold on. Would that work? Let's try it. It does! Sweet! I bypassed it. Okay. Nice! Okay, so shred. It does not matter. Alright. Okay, we're back in the game here. Alright. Oh. I was worried I was going to have to give up there, but then I remembered that one of the attacks on Komo has an effect that says it bypasses effects. Alright. Okay. Wow. Perfect. And that's a really good anti to a really common card that's running around. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it antis damage done by GX and EX Pokemon. So that makes this an insanely good anti. This is a really good utility card. Or not utility, but just it's good. Let's just leave it at that. Alright, so we have an answer to that problem. And speaking of that problem, it looks like it's getting knocked out next turn. Okay. That was stressful. Okay. It gave up! Yes! Oh, we had a solution in hand the whole time. That means I don't need to change the trainers, so... Alright, cool. Cool. That's all we're gonna be doing for today. Wow, that was awesome. Okay. Yeah, so Thunderpunch Dragons, that was fun. We're gonna have to do some more. I'm gonna have to film another game with that because that was cool. But for now, thanks for watching.